There is a reason people overlook you. There is a reason your words carry little weight in rooms where decisions are made. There is a reason certain men command respect the moment they enter while you struggle for scraps of attention. And that reason is not your intelligence. It is not your talent. It is not even your circumstances. It is you. It is the habits you have allowed to shape your presence. The behaviors you repeat daily without realizing they signal weakness to everyone around you. Niccolò Machiavelli recognized this over 5 centuries ago, yet most men still fail to accept it today. Respect is not freely given. It is not earned through kindness alone. It is commanded through perception, deliberate presence, and the removal of every habit that marks you as dismissible. Today, you will learn the 7 habits that undermine you. Today, the bleeding stops. Number 1, the habit of over-explaining yourself. The first habit that invites disrespect into your life is the habit of over-explaining yourself. Every time you justify your decisions, provide lengthy reasons for your choices, or insist others understand why you acted, you show that you do not trust your own authority. You are asking for permission after the fact. You are seeking approval disguised as communication. Machiavelli observed that a leader who explains too much appears uncertain, and uncertainty is the hallmark of weakness. When you over-explain, you hand others a weapon. You give them material to question, argue, and dissect. You turn a closed matter into an open debate. Powerful men do not behave this way. They speak once. They state their position. They move forward. The silence that follows is not emptiness. It is gravity. It is the weight of a man who does not need anyone's agreement to proceed. Consider the lions of the corporate world. The men whose words reshape rooms. They do not offer paragraphs when sentences suffice. They understand that brevity signals confidence, while excess signals doubt. When you over-explain, you are not clarifying, you are revealing weakness. Somewhere inside, a frightened child seeks approval for every choice. Kill that child today. Speak with intention. Offer your decision and nothing more unless strategy demands elaboration. Let silence communicate what words cannot. Let others fill the void with assumptions. A man shrouded in mystery is a man granted power by the imaginations of those who observe him. Stop explaining. Start commanding. Respect begins when you refuse to justify yourself to those with no authority over your path. Number 2. The habit of being too available. The second habit that silently erodes respect is being too available. You answer every call. Respond to every message within minutes. You rearrange your schedule for people who would not give a second in return. In doing so, you have made yourself common. You have become furniture in the lives of others, always present, always accessible, and therefore always taken for granted. Machiavelli wrote that what is easily obtained is cheaply valued. And that is exactly what you have become. Think clearly. The things worth chasing are those just out of reach. The promotion that requires years of labor. The woman who does not yield at first glance. The mentor who grants audiences sparingly. These command desire precisely because they are not freely given. Yet here you are, offering your time, energy, and presence to anyone who requests it. Why does no one treat these gifts as precious? Because you have taught them not to. Your constant availability signals that your time holds no weight, that your presence carries no cost, and that you can be summoned or dismissed at convenience. This stops now. Learn the art of strategic absence. Your presence gains power when it becomes selective. Do not answer immediately. Do not always say yes. Do not be the man who is always there. Create space. Create scarcity. Let people feel your absence. Let them wonder what occupies your attention. The man who is difficult to reach becomes the man others seek. Your time is your most valuable currency. Stop spending it on those who cannot value it. Number 3. The habit of seeking validation. The third habit that marks you as prey is seeking validation. You look for nods of approval before acting. You fish for compliments to feel worthy of your accomplishments. You measure your value through others instead of your own standards. Every time you do this, you give the keys to your self-worth to people who did not earn them. Machiavelli understood that a prince who depends on favor stands on unstable ground. You have built your identity on that same crumbling foundation. Seeking validation shows you are incomplete without external confirmation. You announce to the world that your opinion of yourself is insufficient. Somewhere inside, there is a hollow space only filled by the approval of others. Predators see this instantly. They see a man who can be manipulated with praise and destroyed with criticism. They see a man whose strings are exposed. The moment you need someone to tell you that you are good enough, you hand them power over your emotional state. You have become a puppet. True power requires self-validation. A man who validates himself cannot be controlled by flattery or wounded by dismissal. He operates from an internal throne no opinion can topple. You must become this man. Stop asking if your work is good and decide that it is. Stop waiting for applause and become your own audience. Stop searching for approval. Let your own judgment suffice. When you no longer rely on external confirmation, the world begins to sense your undeniable worth. Self-approval is not arrogance. It is armor. Wear it without apology. Watch how differently the world treats you. Number 4. The habit of revealing your plans. Number 4. The habit of revealing your plans. The fourth habit that invites sabotage is the habit of revealing your plans. You announce ambitions before they are realized, share strategies with those whose loyalty is unproven, and speak of what you will become while still becoming it. In doing so, you provide your enemies with the exact blueprint they need to undermine you. Machiavelli warned that intentions should remain hidden until execution is complete. Yet, too often, unfinished dreams are paraded before audiences that may not wish you well. Understand this clearly. Not everyone who smiles at you wants you to succeed. Not every friend celebrates your victories without hidden envy. Not every colleague asking about your plans does so with pure intentions. Revealing what you are building invites interference, doubt disguised as concern, and sabotage disguised as advice. You give others time to prepare countermeasures while you are still gathering strength. The silent man is the dangerous man, because no one knows his aim until the arrow lands. Dark psychology teaches that information is power, and every detail you give away freely is power you may never reclaim. Your plans are sacred. They deserve protection until complete and undeniable. Speaking prematurely creates psychological pressure to meet others' expectations rather than your own timeline. It allows skepticism to undermine your confidence. The wise man builds in darkness and reveals only in the light of completion. Let results speak louder than words. Let success arrive as a surprise. Let others wonder how you achieved what they never saw coming. Guard your intentions like a general guards his strategy. Share only what is necessary. Deflect questions with vague answers that satisfy curiosity without revealing substance. Secrecy protects ambition from those who would strangle it in its cradle. Move in silence. Let success make the noise. The world respects the man who appears from nowhere with victories no one predicted. Number 5. The habit of reacting emotionally. The fifth habit that strips power faster than any enemy is reacting emotionally. You let words pierce you. Provocations hijack your composure, and anger, jealousy, or hurt rise where everyone can see. In that moment, you hand control of your behavior to whoever provoked you. Machiavelli observed that a prince who cannot govern his emotions will soon be governed by others who exploit them. Every reaction is a confession. Anger reveals what disturbs you. Jealousy exposes what you desire but fear you cannot have. Collapsing under criticism exposes your insecurities. These confessions are weapons for anyone paying attention, which they always are. Predators study emotional men like hunters tracking prey. They catalog triggers, wait for the perfect provocation, and watch you destroy yourself with your reactions. Dark psychology teaches that emotional control is the foundation of power. The man who masters himself cannot be mastered by others. When insulted, remain still. When chaos erupts, breathe calmly while others panic. When manipulation is attempted, respond with calculated indifference. This is not suppression. It is control. Feel internally, but let your external presentation be a fortress. Pause before reacting. In that pause lies freedom and regained power. Practice the cold gaze. Practice measured response. Become untouchable. The world will test you constantly. Your answer must always be stillness, always control. Let them rage. Let them scheme. You remain the eye of the storm, watching lesser men drown in their emotions. Number 6. The habit of tolerating disrespect. The 6th habit that guarantees you will be walked over is tolerating disrespect. You swallow contempt to keep peace, remain silent when dismissed, and ignore lines that should never be crossed. Each act teaches observers that you can be disrespected without consequence. Machiavelli wrote that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. You do not need to be feared in the ancient sense, but you must be respected in a way that carries weight. What you tolerate, you teach. This is not philosophy, it is law. Allow someone to treat you poorly, and you conduct a lesson in boundaries. They will push further next time because they learned pushing works. Enforcing boundaries is not aggression. It is calm, clear, and immediate communication that certain behavior will not be accepted. It is the willingness to walk away from relationships, opportunities, or gains when the cost is your dignity. The man who walks away demonstrates that self-respect is priceless. Be allergic to all forms of disrespect, the subtle condescension, interrupted speech, broken promises. Address them immediately with cold clarity, not emotion. Some relationships will end. Let them. Those who cannot treat you with respect were never allies. The people who remain after you raise standards are those worthy of your presence. Number 7. The habit of living without purpose. The 7th and most damaging habit is living without purpose. You drift through days without direction, wake without mission, and move from distraction to distraction. Comfort replaces construction, and nothing you create will outlast fleeting pleasure. The world senses this emptiness. It feels the absence of gravity in your presence. A man without purpose can be ignored, used, and discarded because he is not moving toward anything significant. Machiavelli understood that a prince with clear ambition commands respect not through force alone, but through the magnetic pull of directed will. Purpose is gravity. It is the invisible force that draws others into your orbit and keeps them there. When you possess a burning reason for your existence, it radiates from your posture, voice, and actions. People sense it without being told. They know you are moving toward something important. That alone elevates you above aimless men who hope meaning will find them. Dark psychology shows us that humans are drawn to certainty. In a world full of confusion and endless choices, the man who knows exactly what he wants and pursues it relentlessly becomes a beacon in the fog. Others will follow because you appear focused. Others will respect you because your clarity highlights their own uncertainty. Others will hesitate to challenge you because interfering with a man on a mission feels instinctively dangerous, unlike disrupting someone who drifts aimlessly. Purpose transforms everything. It changes how you spend your time. Suddenly, wasted hours are stolen resources from your mission. It changes who you let into your life, as people are measured by whether they help or hinder your progress. It changes how you handle disrespect. Suddenly, there is no patience for those who fail to recognize your value. The man without purpose tolerates mistreatment because he has nowhere better to be. The man with purpose walks away because every second spent on those who diminish him is stolen from his destiny. Find your purpose or create one. It can evolve over time. What matters is that you have something to build, chase, and pursue. Something that makes your life feel like a directed arrow rather than a leaf blown by the wind. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Let it filter every decision. When opportunity arises, ask if it serves your purpose. When relationships form, ask if they strengthen your mission. When disrespect appears, measure its cost against your focus, and walk away knowing your purpose deserves better than those who cannot see your worth. You now understand the 7 habits that have drained your respect. Over-explaining yourself like a man on trial. Being too available like a man with nothing valuable to protect. Seeking validation like a man who cannot trust his own reflection. Revealing your plans like a man unaware of betrayal. Reacting emotionally like a man whose strings are visible to every puppeteer. Tolerating disrespect, like a man who believes he deserves no better. Living without purpose, like a man who has surrendered his right to matter. These habits end today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. You now hold knowledge most men will never encounter. The question is whether you will act on it or return to the comfortable weakness that brought you here. That choice is yours alone, and it will echo through every day of your life. If this message has awakened something within you, prove it. Leave a comment below with the words, "I am the storm they never saw coming," and let that be your first act of commitment to the man you are becoming. If you found value here, hit the like button so this knowledge can reach others ready to rise. Subscribe and turn on notifications. This is only the beginning. More strategies for power, respect, and unshakable presence are coming, and you'll want to be here when they arrive. Your transformation starts now. Go become untouchable.